going on, everybody? How are y'all doing tonight? As my daughter talks loud in the background, I don't know if you guys can hear her, just talking all crazy. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? It is another Tuesday night, another Steel Conspiracy with myself, and I got some guests tonight. Like I said, unfortunately, Garnett West is doing some personal stuff, so he'll be soon back very soon. But I got some great guests. They're frequent on the show. They're frequent. I'm frequent on their show. You always see me talking to them everywhere. Usually on Twitter, usually on Discord, hanging out. We're always talking to each other. So first, let me introduce one of my favorite people, Mr. Hendo. How you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm well, and yourself. The reason
Doing
I was looking away because you said one of your favorite people. I thought you was gonna introduce the other guy first. My bad.
You're one of my favorite people. Get out of here. No. I got a special intro for the next guy.
All right.
A special intro for my man right here. You know him, Lunch Break Hot Take. He is
the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Mr. Brodny. How you doing today, Brodny?
I'm doing well, Suge. Thanks for having me on, or Sugarton, as I see you updated your name.
I had to.
Thanks for having me.
Nobody's calling me Sugar anymore. They're calling me Sugarton, so
well,
I might as well roll with it.
It fits. It's more royal.
It sounds more royal. I'll tell
you. There you go.
What's up, Mr. Brandon Buck? How you doing today, sir? Hope you're having a great night.
What's up, man?
Look, tonight the Ravens did not play this week, so we'll get into a little bit of Ravens talk. Maybe talk some Panthers for Brodny, because we do know you guys are playing this week against each other, so that should be fun. Brodny, just to let you know, you kicked my ass in fantasy football team because all of a sudden your player decided to have a great game.
Yeah, I was able to field a full lineup this week, and so they performed as they were expected to perform.
So you beat the hell out of me. And Hendo, he's beat me up too, and I just
Pause.
That's all I've been just being getting beat by everybody. So it's like
off the line.
What did he say?
But we're gonna get into some. Why is Hendo orange? I don't know. Maybe he went and got a tan today.
It's a little off. Yeah.
He went and got a tan today.
When you lean in, it kind of fixed itself, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Oompa Loompa.
Do you have maybe an orange lamp off to the side?
I don't.
That would be an easy fix.
Oh, wait. Hendo, in your settings, do you have your background on?
Yeah.
Green screen, but in the settings of but in StreamYards. No? Okay. Well, we try to fix it.
I turned it on, but then I turned it off.
Well, Hendo's orange for tonight. It is what it is.
All right.
Yeah, be what I be.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather him be orange than clear.
Facts.
Wow.
Hey.
Okay.
There you go. He blends in with the wall now. But let's get into the Steelers. I know everyone's excited to talk about the Steelers. Especially Hendo. He wants to talk about mittens. But the Steelers won. They beat the New Orleans Saints. Najee Harris finally decided to have a game, Brodny.
Yes, sir.
I traded Najee to you, and he decided to have a game, 99 yards off of 20 carries, 5.0 average per carry. And it was just a basic game. Kenny played well enough. 199 yards, 18 for 30. That's still, to me, a little bit of a high amount of passes. But he didn't make any mistakes. Maybe a couple reads were off, things like that. But the big story is TJ Watt was back after being out with that torn muscle pec from the first week. I don't know if any of you were able to catch the game because you're probably watching other games. But what were your thoughts on TJ, Kenny? Any thoughts on the game? We'll start off with you, Brodny.
Well, TJ coming back is obviously a big deal. More, I think, psychologically to Pittsburgh than even him being on the field. Which, I mean, there's something. There's a conversation there. I mean, he's an edge rusher. Like, probably shouldn't have that big of an effect on your team overall. But that's neither here nor there. Like you said, Najee. I think it was I don't want to say it was totally the talk during the week that they were going to start giving more carries to the backup. Was it Jalen Warren? That kind of got him going. But I'm sure it didn't hurt, right, to have that kind of kick in the ass to say, hey man, you better start performing, because the reality is Jalen Warren hasn't even really been outperforming him.
No.
It's kind of a fans thing that like, oh, well, give the backup more carries because the starter's not doing all that well. But it's nice to see him get out there and break a few runs. Kenny, I mean, he did all right, I guess.
Yeah, he did all right. Nothing special, nothing bad.
Yeah, but and you expect those kind of games from rookie quarterbacks, and they got the win, and that's really all that matters. And you just want to see him, progress each week. So like you said, he didn't make any big mistakes. So that's always a positive. But overall, the Saints suck, so you can't really take too much from this game. But it was a nice
Steelers
win.
are not far. The Steelers are not far from them, but I think
it's a nice win to have.
Yeah, I think the point you were making though is how much of effect TJ had on his defense. It was like very weird. Like they didn't look like the same defense that I've seen for the last couple of weeks, where they were giving up. And that could be they were playing against Andy Dalton. I don't know what you really want to contribute it to, but there seemed to be a different kind of it just seemed different that TJ was in there. Hendo, did you have any thoughts on the game?
Yeah, like you said, TJ Watt being in, it's a huge morale boost because one of your leaders is in, somebody that is going to dominate on that side of the ball. Now, as far as Baby Mittens, hey, he did what he needed to do. He got George Pickens the ball and got that touchdown. The running back situation. I know Brodny's happy because the guy finally went off. What do you have? You tell me 6 yards per rush?
5 yards.
5. I mean, that's still better than what he had, especially with that offensive line play. I just think that it more so plays into the level of competition. Once again, it was the Saints. We dominated the Saints. They made us look better than we were. So I figured that it would do the same for you all. Now, is this the actual start of a resurgence? Is this the start to Mike Tomlin not having a losing season? It possibly could be. What are you, 3-6?
We're 3-6 right now. We have the Bengals. We have a good schedule coming up. We have the Bengals, I believe the Colts, Falcons, and then we have you guys, the Panthers, the Raiders, and then the Ravens again, and then the Browns. So
y'all gonna get the brakes moved off you next week.
Yeah, take it off. Yeah.
By who? By the Colts?
By the Bengals.
Bengals.
We play the Bengals on Sunday.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, next week being their next game.
Well, it is at home, and we did beat them this year.
Oh,
yeah. You beat them by what was it, 3 in overtime when Joe Burrow turned the ball over 5 times, and you had TJ in that game. They are going to destroy Pittsburgh.
And the kicker missed some easy kicks. So
the kicker, we need to get rid of our kicker.
No, I'm talking about the Bengals kicker.
Well, that's because their long snapper was gone. So.
Right, so you barely escaped after 5.
Yeah, but they're not gonna have Chase, so we're not worried about it.
But you're not gonna have a real team.
But they are gonna have all of their other players, and who you need to get rid of is your offensive line. Because I forgot to mention that y'all let Baby Hands get sacked 6 times against the Saints. That's not great
against the Saints.
That's not great. Y'all might want to protect him a little bit. But hey, I just saw that you're projected to be picking like 6th this year, and you're going to get yourself an offensive lineman, so that's good.
So I mean, well, let me ask you, Brodny, because you are always big into this stuff, like draft and everything. Like, do the Steelers just tank? Because like, there's the Mike Thomas never finished under 500 kind of thing, but then there's the pride situation, but then there's also like, like, I don't know, like it's like Steeler fans are like, for me personally, I just want to see them win out. That's what I want to see. Try to win out, not win out, but try to win out. But if we go 9-8, 8-9, like Brandon said, or 7-10, we don't get as high as a pick. So,
Yeah.
I don't know really how I should feel about this.
I think for Pittsburgh, I mean, there's no reason to. Like, if you think that Kenny Pickett is the guy, then you play, you try to get better, you try to win every week. They'll be able to get offensive linemen, an offensive lineman wherever they're picking. If it were a situation where they were still rolling out Mason Rudolph or Duck Hodges or whatever, and they wanted to get one of those top quarterbacks, then I would say, maybe Najee Harris has to hit IR, maybe George Pickens can't play the next couple of weeks, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not tanking for anybody in particular, and the O-line is a position that you can find all the way throughout the draft. I don't want to say easily, but I mean it's not uncommon to find very good O-linemen later in the draft. So just go out there every week, play as hard as you can, see if you can get better every week, and they'll be able to improve the line no matter where they end up.
Yeah, for sure. And Brandon says wins in Indy, Atlanta, Carolina, Las Vegas, and maybe Cleveland. I think Vegas is always tough for us. For some reason, the Raiders always beat us. I don't know why.
Not this year.
And I think Cleveland is. I called it in the beginning of the year. I said the Raiders and the Bengals weren't going to be as good as they were, and so far I'm right. Yeah.
The Bengals are coming. They're round in the form.
I did say that if they got to hang around, they were going to be able to make a comeback. So I'm not happy. I don't want to see the Bengals.
Yeah, because that's one loss, and then the Ravens are 2, so that's 3. So that puts y'all at 8,
I think we're going to split.
Baby hands. Baby
hands. Baby hands versus unpaid quarterback. I think we're about to.
Wow.
It would be very upsetting for the Ravens flock if they were to lose to Pittsburgh with the defense that they have and
the offense that you have
and the offense that you have. Yeah,
Brodny, I have never asked to be on lunch break hot take. The Ravens. I am coming on. I am asking Jose to be on the main show. I'm not even going to say a word. I'm just going to sit there and smile.
You got to come on with your face painted and just sit there.
Just sit there, smiling, and see Raven Ron in the comments just cussing up a storm.
Still be talking in the chat.
So yeah, the next couple games, Brodny thinks the Bengals are going to beat the hell out of us, maybe, possibly. But I see the Colts, the Falcons wins, Panthers. Yeah, Raiders. I just, for some reason, the Raiders always play us well.
They shouldn't this year.
They shouldn't, but they always do.
But Derek he went up there and had his emotional breakdown on the podium, and maybe that's going to energize him. Okay.
Yeah, against the Steelers, and we'll talk some of the stuff that's happened in the NFL. More or less. Obviously, like I said, the Ravens didn't play this year, this week. So we're going to just be doing a lot of just random talking about some of the stuff we saw this week. Talk about that. Talk about a couple games that happened. Talk about Washington. Just send in Washington. They beat undefeated teams for some reason.
I think the reason was wearing black and white out there this week. Yes, they got screwed over there in Philly.
Hey, is that roughing the passer? I don't know.
I mean, that was a terrible call. And listen, that celebration, as soon as they threw the flag and he hopped up and that was exactly what you expect from that guy.
It was smart.
If Brodny was playing football, Brodny would have got up and drop kicked that guy from the back.
It wasn't smart. He wasn't trying to draw a penalty. My man said he was trying to keep from going out of bounds. He was like 10 yards away from the sideline.
And got up and celebrated.
That dude's a dumbass. He just got lucky.
That's your quarterback.
No, it's not.
Yeah. You traded for him.
No, that's offensive.
You traded for him.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when he played for Carolina. And I traded for him out of necessity, so whatever. All right.
This dynasty league is unbelievable sometimes.
They're freezing me out, Suge.
Who?
Nobody will trade me a quarterback, and it's ridiculous. And now I got to start Taylor Heineke.
I traded you him. What do you mean?
I mean, you traded him to me because you went all price gouging because you knew I needed a quarterback because I got Carson and immediately went to IR.
He took the quarterback. Was like, Brodny.
So Suge, that's not even what happened. What happened was I told him not to trade for Carson Wentz. I said, don't do it. He's like, I know better than you know, so I'm gonna do it anyway.
Well, I didn't say that. But you didn't say don't do it because 2 weeks from now he's going to end up on IR. You said don't do it because he sucks, and I know he sucks, but he was better than the quarterback I traded away, wasn't he? And then he ended up on IR like every other. Whatever. I don't know why we're even talking about this.
Brodny's trading has just hurt him. He's just. I traded him Najee. Like he fought for Najee with me.
Didn't he?
Threatened me. Told me not to
threaten anybody.
And then I give him Najee, and then Najee does nothing for 3 weeks.
He did the same thing with J.K. Dobbins.
I know he's not talking about J.K. Dobbins. I know this man's not talking about J.K. Dobbins. He traded me J.K. Dobbins and was in the DMs like, I can't believe I traded you, J.K. I need J.K. back. Why did I get rid of J.K.? Like, come on, Hendo.
You know why? Because he was just joking.
Exactly. I was looking out for you.
You know how we are. We're always looking out for each other.
Exactly.
And just a quick reminder.
This old man gamers is back. Not back. I hate all of you. As always. I can't believe it's coming out this early in the show. It is it's 9:50. It's 20 minutes in. I hate
already.
Both of you.
You hate both of us. Well, I mean, what
did
else
I
do you do? So yeah, the Steelers, we'll see what happens. But hopefully, I don't know how to feel about it. I kind of want them to get a top pick, but then I kind of just want them to play it out. But we'll see what happens. So not much to talk about there.
The game.
Yeah, not much to talk there.
Got fired.
But the Ravens, play the Panthers this week. They got the Jaguars.
Baker Mayfield led Panthers.
Broncos. They got the Steelers, the Browns, the Falcons, the Steelers, the Bengals. My God, Hendo.
Yes.
Y'all should go freaking 8-0.
We should.
But are you? Are the Ravens going to go 8-0?
No.
You know they're not.
We know they're not. They probably lose to Carolina.
They're not going to lose to Baker Mayfield. If y'all lose to Baker Mayfield, y'all can fold it up right now. Like that's it. The season's done. Y'all lose to Baker Mayfield.
No, they just won't be prepared coming off a bye. Harbaugh just doesn't have the team prepared. So
I don't care about preparation. It's Baker Mayfield.
I mean, he's beaten us before.
He has.
Mm-hmm. Not in Carolina.
True.
Is Baker starting this week or PJ Walker?
Baker's starting. PJ's got a high ankle sprain, so he's out for a few weeks. So it's the Baker show. I think you owe me an apology too, because I remember somebody spent all offseason telling me that a certain quarterback was going to be the savior in Carolina, and they are currently scheduled to pick third in the NFL in the upcoming NFL draft. So I'm not sure.
So he's the savior. So that's the savior because now you get a
no. They need a top 2 pick, Sugarton, not third.
So you don't want number 3. You want 2.
1 or 2.
1 or 2. Okay. Well, we'll try to get. I'll try to get on that. Okay. I'll call her tonight.
Appreciate it.
I'll hopefully help you out. Hendo, what's your as a Ravens fan? What's your rest of the season prediction, or what are you looking forward to for the last 8 games of the season?
I'm just looking for them to play a complete game. I just want them to, with the level of competition that they're playing, perform up to expectations, especially defensively because we put so much money into that side of the ball. I just want them to get healthy, play complete games, dominate the teams that they're supposed to dominate, and not lose. Please don't lose to the Steelers. That is my biggest thing. I can't have them lose to the Steelers not one time.
Not one time.
Not one time
at all? Not just once?
Not one time.
What about Cleveland? You know you're going to lose to Deshaun, right?
I mean, it's possible. But he looked horrible in preseason.
Oh, did he? That was preseason.
He did not look good.
Yeah, he did not look good at all.
That was preseason.
Y'all
remember how Cam Newton looked in preseason his rookie year? And then he came out and threw for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, that is true.
He looked like he never heard of the game of football in preseason.
That is true.
I was not 100% sold on Cam because I don't like the SEC. I don't like Auburn, and we always root for Oregon over here. So I didn't appreciate him winning the championship against Oregon. But and then he played in the preseason, and I was just like, oh my God, it's Jimmy Clausen.
Was that against Marcus Mariota?
That one was yes, I believe.
Vince Young 2.0.
I'm taking that as the compliment I know it was intended to be.
I mean, Vince Young in college was great.
He sure
Vince
was.
Young
And he won Rookie of the Year and went to the playoffs, and won a playoff game.
And then Fisher was his coach, and
Fisher didn't want him.
Don't blame him.
See, you say that, but you're not adjusting here, Hendo. You're not evolving, right? Because I don't blame him. That guy sucks. Blah blah blah. But you see what happened over in New York when the coach didn't want the quarterback. That was Rex Ryan not wanting Geno Smith. He ruined his career, and look at him now.
That is true. You are correct.
Well, was it Dixon? No. It wasn't Dixon. Because Dixon he tore his ACL the year that they were going to win a title, and he didn't play. There you go. Brandon says Darren Thomas.
There you go.
Who?
That's rude. He played in more NCAA championship games than you, Hendo. All right.
Wow. This is where we go with it.
Y'all two just take jabs at each other.
Disrespectful, man. Like I didn't make JK go to IR.
He kind of did.
Brodny, since you're an adjacent Ravens fan, what are
I'm adjacent Ravens fan just like you. Sure. So don't try to put that on me.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm putting that on you. What is your thoughts on the last 8 games of the regular season?
Again, they should be favored to win every one of those games, but we know John Harbaugh is not a good coach, so he doesn't get them prepared to play every week. They don't play up to their abilities every week. They play down to the level of competition quite often. And when you look at their offense, they lack talent, so they're not going to be able to overcome poor coaching. They're not going to be able to overcome being unprepared. They're not going to be able to overcome a team just showing up and being ready to play every week. It's just like you were mentioning with Washington and Philadelphia. Washington really came to play. Washington came to end that streak. They still got some help from the refs, but Philly had an off night. Washington played as well as they probably can. And you get an upset, right? It won't even have to be that drastic for Baltimore to lose some of these games.
I hate to say this, but I hope that when the Baltimore and Ravens game happens, the Steelers and Ravens game happens, there is like a call and no flag is thrown, so I could just come on the screen and Raven Ron just talk about how we should not have won that game and that was a flag, and I'm just gonna say it wasn't called.
Petty.
That he is
very petty. Very petty. What do you think their record would be going into the playoffs, and what seed will they finish in?
What seed? I think they're going to win the division.
Well, I think they're for sure winning the division.
I wouldn't say for sure. You got the Bengals who are going to make a run. You got the Browns who I think are going to make a run once Deshaun gets back. And I think Baltimore probably drops a few more games. I'm going to say they finish 11-6, and I think that's going to be good for. I would say, I guess the third seed. I'm trying to maybe the third seed. What is Tennessee's record right now? Because
they're 6-3, I think, too.
Okay, yeah. So I feel like they're going to finish probably right around tied with Tennessee. And then it'll come down to tiebreakers, what seed they actually are. But I think they'll be behind, obviously, Kansas City. I think they'll be behind the winner of the AFC East. And then it'll be between them and Tennessee.
They're 6-3. Titans are 6-3. So only the one seed we get the bye. So
10-7, Brandon?
So you would have the Jets coming into Baltimore if we played, because you got the Patriots.
Oh wait! You said if we played?
If you play?
No, you said if we played. We.
Because you're a Ravens fan, sure.
I'm done with him.
Wow.
You said we, not me. You said
I did not say we.
Yes,
I did. That was by accident.
Freudian
But you
slip.
would have the Jets coming into Baltimore,
That's a
and
problem.
then you would probably have to go
It
to
damn sure better
Miami.
not be a problem.
But then you have to go to
They're still the
Miami.
Jets.
Is that how it works? Chiefs 1, Miami 2.
Well, it would depend on some of the other games.
Titans.
The lowest seed would go to Kansas City.
The lower seed.
The lowest seed, yeah. So, like, if New England won in the first round, they would be going to play the Chiefs, and then it would be Baltimore against whoever.
Okay. As Hendo being the Ravens fan, do you feel comfortable being able to go into Miami or Kansas City to win a game in the playoffs?
I don't.
You know,
I just
even with your good defense. I mean, your defense has gotten a lot. I feel they're starting to play at the level to win a championship.
I mean,
I really do.
We can look at it one of two ways. We can look at this one of two ways. So, throughout the last 3 playoff appearances, we've averaged 13 points a game, and defense has not been a problem. Even against Buffalo, we gave up 10 points to them. Last year, we've said it over and over. The number one rated defense in the league gave up 42 points, and the number 2 defense gave up 47 points. So our defense can be as good as we want it to be, but if we can't put points on the board, it's going to be the same old thing. It's going to be Lamar's one and done in the playoffs, and he can't get it done when, in essence, we don't have the weapons to score with the Kansas Cities. Because if you look at that Minnesota-Buffalo game, when both teams needed a score, what did they do? They went to their stud number 1 wide receivers and essentially just threw the ball up and was like, go get it. We do not have that guy.
I mean, they don't have a guy who can even dream of making the catch that Justin Jefferson made in that game.
Not even close.
Disrespect on Bateman and Brochet.
Well,
what?
No, Bateman's out, but no, he can't make that catch either. And James can't jump that high and can't run that far downfield within the confines of one play. Did you see how far downfield they were? He's not fast enough to get down there.
He's not. So no, I don't feel comfortable playing those teams because we will have to score no matter. Like I said, no matter how good your defense is, the NFL is geared towards offenses nowadays. The rules are skewed to score points, and especially during the playoffs when it's on national television and everybody's watching, they want these teams to score. And then when we get down by 14 points in the second quarter, Greg Roman's going to panic, John Harbaugh's going to panic, and we're not going to know what to do, and we're going to lose like we always do. So, no, I'm not confident at all. We need that home game. We need that bye. We need to sign somebody.
Odell's not coming.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to DBZ. No, he was talking about the Ravens. Buck. Buck was talking about the Ravens. DBZ. I mean, I said it. I said it on the Hendo show. I think the Ravens are going to go 8-0. Hopefully, I think probably get the 2 seed because I think Miami's going to fall off a little bit. And I see the Ravens getting to the AFC Championship game. Personally, I think they're going to get there and put up one hell of a fight. I think Lamar though is going to have one of the best playoff runs ever. Like I think I said on Hendo show, maybe I'm. The yards and everything wasn't correctly, but I was thinking like 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, something like that. And the AFC playoffs. So from the first game to the AFC Championship game, I'm thinking about 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Well, there'll need to be a wild card for that because if they come in if they're only getting to the AFC Championship game, that'll only be the 2 games.
Yeah. So
right?
500.
Well, actually no, because you're right because they won't get the bye. So, yeah, it'll be 3 games. But, man, 300 yards, over 300 yards a game to Tylan Wallace and Duvernay and them.
We have Deshaun Jackson. Stop it.
When do you have him?
And those
for how long?
And he doesn't have any hammies. So
that's right.
Jeez. So let's get.
But you're saying like an 11-game win streak because they've won 3 in a row now. You think they're going to win their last 8? I don't know, man.
This is going back to 2019.
I would be happy if Pittsburgh beat them. I don't see it happening unless TJ Watt really just turns our defense around and all of a sudden Mittens just goes off.
We got Ronnie Stanley back.
I really don't like how y'all are sleeping on Marcus Mariota and his chance to beat Baltimore.
Who?
The Flying Hawaiian
What team does he play for?
plays for the Atlanta Falcons.
Marcus Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that name before.
Starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. Going to win the division. You know, they'll be right there on the same level as Baltimore.
Oh,
Okay.
with a 6-11 record.
With a division championship, yes. That's what I was saying.
So Brodny, I haven't heard you talk about this. Me and Hendo kind of did it on his show on Sunday. So we'll do some mid-season awards. And Hendo, if you want to give yours out again, you're more than welcome to.
What do you mean you haven't heard me talk about this? We did this on our show last week, Suge. Where were you?
I did not watch.
Where were you?
Wow.
I was busy.
We have Giro's vault.
Yes. I still pay the Patreon, but I was busy. Offensive Player of the Year.
Who's no. Who's busy on a Wednesday night? That's why we stream on Wednesday.
That's why I have 4 kids. So I'm busy on a Wednesday night.
Are you sure?
They should.
What's that?
Plus, minus?
Plus.
Is this the AP Player of the Year?
Offensive Player of the Year. Did I spell it wrong? Probably. I probably did. Oh yeah, you're right. No, I spelled it correctly. Offensive?
No.
Offensive?
Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh my.
Yeah, whatever.
I thought you had something against the Associated Press for a second, Hendo. I was like, I was getting ready to sit back and see where you were going with that, but never mind.
I was asking, was it Associated Press that played the year?
No, I spelled it wrong. I'm tired. It's been a long
My
day.
offensive player of the year, I had Tyreek Hill, who is just running away from every other receiver in the league. He had, I don't know what he did this week, but prior to this week, he had 1,100 yards. He was 300 yards ahead of the number 2 receiver in the league. So I'm giving it to Tyreek.
Yep, 11. He had 1,148.
He had 48 yards.
Justin Jefferson has 1,060. That's currently what we're seeing right now.
Yes, but I still would give it to Tyreek Hill. I mean, even though before the season started, somebody said, "Oh, you traded for Tyreek Hill. He's not going to do anything with Tua as his quarterback." And I said, "Okay, don't believe me, just watch."
Who said that?
I'm not even going to discuss this, but
who was that?
It was just some dude that I'm constantly trading with in this league.
I know you're not talking about. I didn't say Tyreek wasn't going to do anything. Not once did I utter those words.
And somebody just said with him as the quarterback, he's not going to get what you think he's going to get.
He's not. I thought he wasn't going to have the same kind of season he had in Kansas City. I didn't say he wasn't going to do anything.
I didn't say you talking about you. I just mentioned the person.
Oh, okay.
But you know,
okay.
With these lowered expectations,
cool.
With these lowered good talk. With these lowered expectations, Tyreek Hill he's just running away with it. So for me personally, mid-season, he is the offensive player of the year.
And you know why I had an A in there? Because I was thinking Associated Press.
That's what we just said, man. You missed the whole conversation.
I know.
And by the way, I'm still right because he only has 4 touchdowns.
I didn't say it was you. What do you mean?
No, it's cool.
Always bring the attention back to you.
Cool.
It's always about.
Cool. Moving on.
Cool.
Brodny, who's your defensive player of the year?
For defensive player of the year, I had Micah Parsons, the second-year edge out of Dallas, who has been unblockable. I know this was last year, but he started out as one of the better middle linebackers in the league, switched to edge, and became one of the best edge rushers in the league as a rookie. And he's just kind of kept it going, and he's been the best player on one of the best defenses in the league. Still laughing at Hendo.
I'm laughing at Jose.
Wow.
He's not having the same season.
That's not true. It's not much better.
Much better.
It's not much better.
This is for you, Brodny. Mariota is garbage.
Facts.
I mean, is he in a QB controversy with Colt McCoy right now, or is he the starting quarterback on a team who's going to win their division? Which one is he?
Burn.
Wow.
QB controversy with Colt McCoy for $140 million.
Burn. Colt McCoy's like 60 years old.
Brandon is in this room right now, punching the air right now, Brodny, because he is.
That's not true.
Okay.
He probably is.
He's not about
What about MVP, Brodny?
MVP, I got Lamar Jackson because people talk about how he's been playing poorly over the
How
few weeks.
fucking dare you, Brodny?
How dare I? How dare
I?
I?
He has access to this thing.
How dare
Yeah.
I ask you a
There's not a
legitimate question?
QB controversy.
I
Yeah, it
believe
really
I
is.
saw an article that said it was. You're correct. It's Colt McCoy's job to lose.
No,
the
it's
article I
not.
saw.
No, it's not.
okay.
It probably came from AZ Central, and there are a bunch of fucking morons.
Hey, relax on
So-
the cussing.
My question is, why are you getting so excited if it's not true?
Right.
Because I gotta dispute this. Like
Why would you have to dispute it?
Mm.
If
Because
it
everyone
don't
thinks-
apply, let it fly, right, Hendo?
Because
Is
this is the
how
most
it goes?
excitement Brandon's got this week.
You know what?
Mm.
Yes. You know
son of
what?
a bi-
He just
Thank
brought
you.
you on here to ridicule you.
I didn't bring him on. He popped himself in. He has. This is his.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Right. He pays.
Anyway.
So, thank you, Brandon. We appreciate you for sponsoring the show. MVP.
No, look,
Here,
Lamar
hold on, real
Jackson.
quick. I'm gonna ask Brandon.
Oh Lord.
Oh, he left. Never mind. I was gonna ask him who his MVP was. All right, but go ahead.
Cole McCoy.
He handled them Rams, boy. But yeah, no, Lamar has. Everybody talks about they scrutinize his play and how he's not playing as well as he could. He's missing throws, blah blah blah, all this stuff. But if you look at his numbers are still near the top of the league, even though he has absolutely no help on that offense. They're 6-3. They've had a double-digit lead in every one of those games. They lost 3 of them. They won the other 6. Without Lamar Jackson, they are definitely no better than 1-8.
True.
And I think probably 0-9.
Probably so.
Even with that great defense.
They don't have a great defense.
And we don't.
They have a good defense.
And we played some bad teams, so yeah, it's not really a great defense.
That's true. Kyler is on his Twitch right now saying, "Man, that's wild."
Yeah, that's wild.
Jose, if you're not busy, actually, I'd like to send you the streamers because I do want to talk about a subject. If you're not busy, if you are, don't worry about it.
I saw a post on all the Cardinals players are looking at Kyler a certain way because they know Warzone 2.0 is about to drop.
Actually, thank you for reminding me.
That is terrible.
Have you been playing it at all, Brodny?
Well, no, God no. But I'll play Call of Duty. I still got to finish the campaign, but
You still haven't finished that short campaign?
I haven't finished the campaign because this is neither here nor there. This is a football stream, obviously. But I got to the part where you're in the town and spoilers for people who care about the campaign of Call of Duty. I know I'm probably the only one. But when the one guy turns on you and you got to run away, they took over your base and imprisoned all your people, and you get separated from Ghost, who's just a clown and a half. Ghost. He looks ridiculous with that mask on, talking in the cutscenes and everything. It's nonsense. They got to stop with that. But anyway, you're sneaking through the houses. And then I got to the part where you're in a little shop, and I was getting ready to go outside, and then there's 20 people outside looking for me, and then I got killed, and then I was like, "Screw this! I'm turning this off." And I haven't played it since then, but I'm gonna hop back on there. I'm gonna beat it, but it's just it takes a little while. Don't rush me. Don't rush me.
I love the way he explains the game, and this is why we need old man gamers back.
We don't need old man here.
Because
that was an incredible appearance, Jose. Thank you for that.
No, he's still in the background. I don't know what I didn't want to ask him something. And we're doing this live, so I don't really care. No, that's great, dude. I need more.
You
of
don't
this
care.
from you, Jose. I mean, I need more of this from you, Brodny.
He's like, you don't care about the stream. Like right here, while I'm giving my free time to be here.
I care about the stream. I don't care what we talk about. We could talk about video games. We could talk about what
He was like,
Panther.
just
exactly.
Games.
Exactly. This sounds like an old man games.
God damn it, Weezy.
Jose,
what's
real
up?
Quick. I just wanted to get your thoughts on, because I didn't get to watch the stream on Wednesday. What are your thoughts on MVP?
He was busy on
I
a
was
Wednesday.
busy. I was busy.
He was busy.
I was.
So I thought MVP. I picked Pat Mahomes
Okay.
for MVP. I think he's going to lead the league in everything again. And, people thought there would be a dip in his stats without Tyreek Hill. And it just doesn't seem to matter because good teams find a way to put talent around their good quarterbacks, unlike in Baltimore.
Still can't believe y'all let Kadarius Toney go to Kansas City.
We didn't let anybody go.
You let him. If you
It
put
was
pressure on the organization, things will happen, and y'all don't do it.
Exactly. Actually, Jose, the real reason I wanted to bring you on here is because I didn't get to watch the stream on Saturday.
Oh, God.
What did you think about that stoppage? I was not happy at all.
So, look, we always talk about fighter safety, right? I can't call it a bad stoppage. I didn't like it. Okay. When you're at that level, you're a champion. I think you should be afforded a little bit more time, especially somebody like him. I mean, Pereira was gassed, right? I wanted to see if he could keep that up. I felt like he wouldn't have been able to keep throwing punches like that and really put him away. But at the end of the day, man, he was hurt. All right. I can't call it a bad stoppage. And if you feel like a fighter is in danger, right, I'm not going to go against that judgment. I think the stoppage in that first match or the second match, whichever one it was, where the dude got kicked in the stomach and he went to the ground and the ref came and stopped it. That was too early. Right.
Oh, that was the guy that kept going to the ground to try to get leg locks and stuff.
Yeah.
Fighting Hooker.
You don't stop a fight for that.
Yeah, but Homeboy kept falling. He just kept falling down and was like, but he didn't wince. He didn't wince.
He so what?
Yeah, he got the wind knocked out of him. But that's not a reason to stop a fight.
He didn't give himself up. He didn't tap out. Right. If anything, if you're saying he's doing it too excessive, you take a point away. You don't just say, all right, fight's over. Right. He did that because that's an undercard. Nobody really cares about that fight. And it's like, all right, this is just a filler anyway. But that was a bad stoppage.
Okay. I was laughing when the guy kept falling. It was hilarious.
It was funny.
It was hilarious. But Hooker,
But I mean, you gotta put it in context also. Because I thought, they should have given Adesanya more time to try to hold on. I mean, he was still bobbing and weaving, trying to dodge the punches. So he was defending himself. I don't think he was defending himself properly, but he was doing it. But you have to put it in context of the UFC, right? Like this is a league where Sean O'Malley. I don't know if you saw. This is a few fights ago now, where Sean O'Malley has one punch knockout power, right?
Yeah. And
especially against the guys that he's been fighting. And typically he'll hit somebody and just walk away, right? And in a few fights ago, he hit the guy with a straight right, and the dude landed flat on his back. The fight is obviously over. He started to walk away, and the ref was like, "No, hit him again." And he made him run over there and punch the dude again while he was laid out on the ground before he would stop it. That's what they do in the UFC. Yeah. It's not a we're gonna stop it to save you from taking extra punishment. That's not how they do in the UFC.
Yeah. Also, I want to add too. Right, it's one thing if he was getting beat on the whole fight. He was winning the fight.
He was winning that fight. He was
right. That fight, yeah. So, okay, the tides turned a little bit. Right, you got to let it play out.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you got to let it play out.
Yeah, 100% agree. I did when you watch the replay back though. He only gets hit twice. Like Pereira misses him like 5 times.
That's why I wanted to see if he could keep doing it.
Yeah,
or if he gas out.
And I know Jose yells at me all about this all the time when I talk about fans and everything. The fans that came out against Izzy and the Alex Pereira fans that came out, he was scared. He knew he was gonna get knocked out. Dude, if you watch that fight, Izzy was outclassing him the whole time. There was maybe once or twice. Now the size difference was crazy. Yeah. The size difference was really crazy to me. That guy needs to get checked because when you watch the old kickboxing, he wasn't that tall. They were a little closer in height. Maybe it was just me, but in that fight, it looked like
he was
versus middleweight.
He was a good about 25 pounds over the limit.
Oh, for sure. He was like
they said they bragged about it. They bragged about it before the fight, and they said he weighed in, he made weight, and they're like, oh yeah, he's going to be like 210 tomorrow. And that's why, Izzy was fighting as cautious as he was. I mean, the guy has that kind of power. And to Jose's point, he can put people away with one shot. We've seen that in all of his fights in the UFC. And he landed cleanly multiple times and didn't put him away. So I mean, you know that he's tired, he's gassing out. He doesn't have the same power that he has, at the beginning. So yeah, I mean, and like you're saying, Izzy was leaned over, kind of bobbing and weaving, and he hit him 2 more times and didn't even knock him back down. Yeah. So I think you let him
to get knocked
a little
down
more
before
time.
Stop fight. I would have wanted him to get knocked, and I don't like when refs stop it when they're standing.
Right.
Like I understand, like maybe he's against the fence and he's getting, he's just getting his punch. That's different. Izzy wasn't getting his face punched in, but he wasn't also dropping too, and that's what bothered me. And I hated, like I said, Jose always tells me, "Why do you listen to fans?" I hated the fact that all of a sudden, oh yeah, see, he was fake. He wasn't a real champion. Like, get out. Like, he beat Robert Whittaker twice. He beat
everybody twice.
He beat it. Like, yeah, you could say the Romero fight. He kind of didn't do what he was supposed to, but he won the fight.
Well, look, on our stream, on our live stream that you missed, but you can go watch the replay if you want. It's up there.
I know. Sorry, I was drinking that night.
But we had some people on the live stream saying that Izzy didn't deserve a rematch. He never lost it in the middleweight class ever.
Oh, hold up.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
What up, Big Mike?
What up, Mike?
Whoever says that is stupid. I'm sorry. I would tell you're stupid as hell.
Well, we don't want to call our viewers stupid.
I'll call them. This ain't your show. This is my show. You're stupid. You're dumb because the man defended the belt 3 times, 4 times, 3.
More than that.
Maybe 5?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
He defended it more than 3 times, 4 times. Absolutely automatically gets a rematch. And like, why would he not get a rematch? Like, it wasn't like Peretta dominated the whole fight. Peretta was getting tagged and getting beat and getting picked apart.
Yeah. Well, he almost got knocked out in the first round. If there was a few more seconds in that first round, it'd have been a short night.
Oh, it would have been 10 more seconds. It would have been done. Yeah, you're lunch break hot take fans, or Ring Kings fans, morons. You're morons.
Wow.
Okay? I'm gonna say it. You're morons.
Let's go ahead and edit that before after.
It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
5 successful defenses. That was his 6th defense. Against Pereira.
So he automatically gets rematch. Jose, we were talking earlier. If the Steelers beat the Ravens, I would like to come on the show. Let's bring hot take. I'm not gonna say a word. I'm just gonna say
the one that you don't watch.
You want to watch? Listen, well, you're always welcome on the show.
I was busy. I'm sorry. Okay.
You didn't watch the replay?
I didn't watch it. I've been busy, man.
I was busy from Wednesday through Saturday.
I actually haven't been playing Magic lately. Why are you gonna bring that up? Like,
and Sunday and
let's talk about that. Let's talk about why the Brothers War is starring the only black character in the game. How about that?
When you tagged me in that was hilarious. I didn't realize that until you tagged me. I was like, wow, I have no way to defend this. Yes. If you don't know what Brodny's talking about, Magic the Gathering just came out with a new set today called The Brothers War. The major character in this set is Teferi. If you know who Teferi is, he's one of the.
They don't. Tell them who he is.
Well, Teferi is one of the first black planeswalkers, a black character in the Magic lore, Magic lore. And he's black. He's able to manipulate time. And this set goes into where he's going to go back to the past. I haven't really been following the lore on this. And I don't even think there's a plane. He's like in it as a planeswalker. It's just the story has him in it. So I haven't even looked at the set. That y'all talking.
And I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw a commercial. I could have sworn. I'm just saying. Because when I saw him fighting a gorilla, I just want to put that out there.
He was fighting. No. He was fighting a Johnny, which is a white
Johnny.
White gorilla.
White lion. Lion. Is a Johnny a lion? Yeah, he's
I think it was a tiger.
He's a tiger lion, but he stands up on his 2 feet, swings an axe. It's very cool. It's a dope story, but yeah. But Brodny had to bring that up to me, and I started laughing really hard. Jose, real quick, have you got to see Black Panther yet?
Not yet. Maybe this weekend. I'll check it out.
Okay, when you see it, make sure to check out mine and Chris's review.
I already looked at it. You know, spoilers don't bother me.
Okay. Chris went off.
Yeah.
Chris went. I was very surprised.
Well, I missed the first part of it. I caught the second part. I was in the stream. I saw
you were in there, but I brought Brodny left.
Remember I said no thanks to Avatar 2?
Yes, you did. You did say that. Yeah. Fuck Avatar.
Wow.
I hate that. I don't like that movie. I'm
Why?
just not a fan of it.
Okay, but what? But Avatar because you don't like the movie?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Same as like if I don't like a sports team. F them from here.
But you don't ever say that about Baltimore.
Uh-oh.
Zay, I know damn well you ain't at work.
No.
I don't know. I didn't mean to get Jose in trouble.
No, he ain't at work.
Okay.
No. My job doesn't look this clean. Nowhere near.
Jose, real quick, what's your thoughts on the rest of the season? What do you guys think your record's going to be, or how many games you win out of the 8 left?
We'll probably finish 11 or 12 wins. It's a soft schedule. You know, we had some bad losses early, so fans are already kind of on lookout for that. The team is kind of on notice about that. So I think they'll try to play a little bit cleaner football, but they'll still drop another game or two. So I would say probably 12-5 what they finish. I can see them dropping 2 more games.
Okay. Hopefully both to the Steelers.
None to the Steelers.
I just want Raven Ron to be miserable. He's been talking all year.
I just want to see you. I just want to see you in that Ravens jersey streaming.
Oh, you got a bet to wear your favorite team's jersey?
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird bet, but that's cool.
It is what it is.
He enjoys it.
Not really. Not really at all. I do not enjoy the Ravens. I don't.
It seems like you enjoy them a lot, man. I'm gonna be honest.
I enjoy. You know what? I enjoy the fans. All of you. I enjoy all of you. Mike. Raven Ron sometimes. Dave on and all of them. I enjoy hanging out with all you guys, but I don't like the Ravens. Never have.
Okay.
Is it the lack of sexual predators on the roster? That's a really prominent thing in Pittsburgh, I know.
It really is.
I hate you.
Nah.
I hate you. What did you think about that game last night, Jose? About Eagles going under losing?
Well, that missed face mask cost me my matchup against Ferris. Literally, I had Dallas Goedert. That catch in the yards would have probably gotten me the win. I lost by I think just like around 3 points, or just under 3 points. But instead, that turned into a fumble because of that missed face mask. So I hated it.
And you don't have him for several more weeks because he's hurt.
Yeah, so if anybody got a tight end for your boy, hit me up.
I got a tight end for Trey Lance.
Trey Lance isn't. He's not there. If you look at my active roster, he's not even there. So I don't even know what you're talking about. Anywho, look, bad calls happen. Yes.
Yeah.
But you had 2 very, 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 very bad calls. The missed face mask, and then that personal foul at the end when Taylor Heineke slides at the very last second, and the defender didn't even really hit him. Like, he slid into him, right? Like, he clearly tried to hold up, and you just throw the flag when you know that you owe the Eagles a call. Like, me and B were talking about that. When, it doesn't get talked about, but it's one of those unwritten rules, right? Where, hey, you mess up like that, we owe you one, right? And I was even joking with B. I said, how often do you think in games where a ref clearly gets it wrong, later on in the game, the other team yells at the ref like, yo, you owe me, right? Because they definitely owe them a big call there or a missed call and doing the right thing. I mean, look, just not calling a personal foul there because it wasn't a personal foul is an obvious thing, right? But you decided, hey, we just gonna go ahead and just screw him completely.
Does Lamar get that call?
No.
Well, I think that's why Jalen Hurts got up and was screaming because Jalen Hurts don't get that call either.
Man, if they'd have drop kicked Jalen Hurts, he not getting that call.
I said earlier, and I know this is petty, but I said,
hey, right on cue, Buck proposes a trade to me. I'm gonna check it out in a second, Buck.
I said if the Steelers beat the Ravens because of a bad call, I would be more happy.
Yeah, I'd be happy too if it happened to you guys.
No, we beat you guys. Like that.
No, we beat you guys.
No.
If we drop kick Kenny Pickett and they're just like no call, I'm like yes.
It looks like Derek got Taysom Hill for you too.
Oh,
Taysom Hill, Jose.
You get some passing, rushing.
Is he listed as a tight end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk.
Which league is it that you have Dallas Goedert?
The Dynasty League.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about Trey Lance. Don't worry about them.
I can't help you there.
Ronnie is always trying to wheel and deal.
Yes, you can.
Ronnie is always trying to wheel and deal. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
It's like Morgan Freeman told Kevin Costner.
Who
cannot save them. But
who
you
has
can
Josh
save
Allen?
me. John Big B has Allen, and he has Fields, and he ain't moving either one of them.
Well, that's no. I'm not trying to get. No, listen. I want to know how many more weeks before Josh Allen has to get carried out in the stretcher? Because I mean, he's got an elbow blown up. His knee got blown up this week. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Case Keenum is out there. If you're looking for a little security, okay. Case Keenum is available. All right.
I know
Josh
Brian
Allen
is
is
sitting at home
everything that
wondering
people
what
say.
the hell happened to his show.
Look, and look.
What happened?
I like Josh Allen, but everything that they say about Lamar Jackson is Josh Allen in terms of injury concerns.
Mm-hmm.
The man don't like to slide, right? He runs almost as much as Josh Allen, and he takes some or as much as Lamar Jackson. And he takes vicious hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right? He never just goes down or goes out of bounds. Like he wants the contact. That's great when you're 24, right? But give him about 3 more years, especially playing in Buffalo in that cold. Ooh.
And he starts breaking down.
Yeah.
I believe OTR might catch Josh Allen.
He does not.
He does not?
Well, not in the Dynasty League, no.
Oh, okay. Probably has him somewhere else. Over under 2 weeks on the stretcher. Hendo, is there any teams you're watching out for that you think will make a late run? I know you said possibly the Bengals. Is there any other teams in the AFC that you're worried about or concerned that they might make a run or anything like that?
I mean, I'm not worried about anybody, but listen, once the Browns get Deshaun Watson, you never know. They could tell. Listen, they have the offensive line, they have the running game and the running backs. Once their defense gets healthy and Myles Garrett actually gets back, because I think he's still hurting from that car accident. Like if they get healthy and get Deshaun playing like he's used to playing, they could be the team that you have to look out for, or they could just play spoiler and just keep some teams out the playoffs.
Any for you, Brodny?
Nah. I really don't think so. I mean, I think that the top teams in the league are pretty pretty well separated from the rest of the league. The NFL's been like this for a while, where the top and the rest are very clearly defined by this point in the season. I agree with Hendo. Like with Deshaun Watson coming back, that's a major addition for Cleveland. I don't think anybody else really makes a meaningful run.
For sure.
The Cardinals might make a run toward the top of the draft.
Jesus.
Yeah, I called that one.
Just go after Brandon. Brandon says Chargers with Allen and Williams. I just noticed, Buck, are you blowing a damn kiss in your picture?
I'm going to tell you who the real winners are going to be. Anyone wearing that dope sweater that Hendo is wearing, this winner is going to be a winner. Okay, Take a look. It is so comfy looking. Look at that.
It's comfortable.
Nice. I am gonna get that sweater.
Well, you don't even have to get that sweater because we also have the holiday version up right now.
We do.
You have a holiday.
Well.
Is it an ugly sweater?
No, they don't have any ugly sweaters on there. I don't know why, but we have a holiday variant of the microphone man. It looks pretty nice.
Does he have Christmas lights, or is he?
He's got a Santa hat. He's leaning on an ornament. Says lunch break hot take.
Okay,
looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that. That sounds dope as hell. I need to also order Hendo stuff. Tax season's on its way, so I can start buying some clothes from you guys since I haven't done it in like 2 years.
Get you some Egyptian like cotton.
It's very comfortable. It's actually really soft. Like it is very comfortable.
Yeah, see, there you go. You want to be a real winner. That's how you do it.
Order that Old Man Gamers apparel.
Yeah, there's not any of that, but that's okay. Says Old Man Gamers is back. God, we're going to sue you one day, and I hope it doesn't cut. It doesn't get in between our friendship. But we are going to sue you.
Whatever you can get out of me, Brodny, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get those Robux back. That's what I'm gonna get.
Those are already spent. She took those and ran. Okay. Shout out to Brodny sending my daughter some Robux. That game is so annoying.
It's the worst game ever made.
Yeah.
Every kid loves it.
Every kid plays it. Like
they're idiots. Listen, the games that we played growing up back in the early late 80s, early 90s are better than Roblox.
Playing outside? Outside?
No, the video games, the garbage video games that we played growing up are better than Roblox.
This is true.
Yeah, Mario Brothers 3 was dope. I was a big Mario Brothers 3 fan. Ronnie.
Yes.
What's up with the Lakers?
I don't understand the correlation between that comment and your question, but all right. You know what's up with the Lakers is I saw a story just a little while ago, just a little bit before we went live. I don't know if y'all have heard this. If I'm going to drop a Woj bomb on you right now.
Drop it.
There's a Western Conference executive who believes that the Lakers will acquire via trade Bradley Beal. I don't know how that's going to happen, but
for Westbrook,
I don't know. It didn't say. If they acquire him for Westbrook, I will take back everything I've ever said about Rob Pelinka. He will be the greatest GM of all time.
Listen,
greatest GM outside of LA. He's probably still third or fourth in LA, but outside of the Lakers, the greatest GM. Because it's
the Lakers, I believe it.
Yes.
I mean, Westbrook's been playing really good the last couple games, but we haven't won a game.
Has he though?
Didn't they beat
you just beat us the other day.
There's also a report out there that
nobody gives a good goddamn about the Suns, Buck.
Nobody.
It actually has to deal with the Lakers that LeBron may go to the Suns.
Yeah, just like Kobe, right? Get out of here.
Put him out, show.
That was mean.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it's not me. It's Brandon. He's in the background. Remember, this is his stream.
Why would you take me? I didn't do that to you. I don't have the ability to do that.
Wow. Rude.
Jose, what's going on with Kyrie, man? They haven't even brought him back, and they only said 5 games. And now they did. I know you're not a Kyrie fan. I know you're not a. I'm
not a Kyrie fan, but I don't like how they're handling this either.
Jaylen Brown came out in defense of him, not defense of him, but defense of, hey, we know he did something wrong. You gave him 5 games, but now you're telling him he's got to do all this extra stuff to come back.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't like it because it's just putting even more focus. I mean, one, I don't like how they're handling it. Right? Mm-hmm. You find them, suspend them for a few games, and then you move forward. Right? But you're putting too much attention. It becomes a bigger story. And now, when you want to move him out, because we've been playing a lot better without him in the rotation, this story's going to be tied to it. And that's what's going to cause even bigger headache, right? So I think the way the Nets have handled the drama over the offseason, I think they handled it well, dealing with a bunch of divas. But, how are you going to handle this situation now? Are you going to say, all right, yeah, we are going to move on for you? Or are you going to say, well, all right, you did everything that we asked you to do, and we kind of want the story to die down, so we're going to hold on to you. I don't want them to hold on to him. I just want to let him go. Amazing talent. I ain't got nothing against him personally. I just think he's just bringing the team down with his play/non-play, because his head is not in the game, not full time anyway.
Yeah, I understand. Like, I agree with you. I understand that you wanted to make a point, and what he said was wrong, and all this stuff. But at some point, you gotta now do something about it. And this is, like you said, it's gonna carry on if you want to trade him, things like that, and it's gonna overshadow trying to move him and stuff. So yeah, I 100% agree with you, Jose. Hendo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's plug your stuff real quick before we get out of here. Your shows that you do on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Plug it all.
Okay, Sundays, Ravens Online Ungatekeeper, 7 p.m. Sunday evenings, live stream, recapping the game. On Monday nights at 9 p.m. on Sip to Tally with Coach Evans, Lunch Break Hot Take, Chris Just Joking, Open Mic with OTR Mike. We do Ravens Roundtable. Whenever you need me on this show, I'll be here. And that's pretty much it for me.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Always appreciate hanging out and talking with you. Thank you for having me on your show on Sunday. It was awesome hanging out with you. I know I had to go quick because of my Black Panther review, but always enjoy talking to you. Mr. Brodny,
Yes, sir.
AKA
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Why don't you go ahead and plug Old Man Gamers for us, please?
Okay, Old Man Gamers is a channel that we tried out and it didn't work. Says Old Man Gamers is back, so it's dead, and it's not coming back.
I beg to differ, but go ahead. There was a go ahead and plug all your shows.
You can't beg to differ about my show. Says Old Man Gamers is back. Says Old Man Gamers is back.
And as Jose says,
listen to Suge, okay? If
Copyright infringement. Okay. That shit was not clear.
it was not clear with the bosses if I could use those clips. But go ahead,
not been
Ronnie.
clear.
Go ahead, Ronnie. plug Lunch Break Hot Take.
Yeah, so we are Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live show every Wednesday at 7:15 p.m. We also typically stream on Sunday after the Panthers and Ravens play. Don't hold me to that. That's not a guarantee. But, if we're there, we'll be there. We are also 2/3 of the Ring Kings podcast, which is a boxing podcast that we host with OTR Mike. That comes out every Monday. I'm not sure. What time is it? That's 12 o'clock?
12 o'clock, yeah.
And then we also stream after, big events, who will live stream after that. But you can find us everywhere on all social media, all podcast platforms at LBHT Show, and also at Ring Kings.
Yeah, and all that will be in the description. So you'll be able to follow those links and follow these guys. They're one of the best podcasts. Hendo's podcast, obviously Lunch Break Hot Take, and Ring Kings is probably 3 of my favorite podcasts. Coach's podcast, Sip to Tally, is also a great podcast to listen to because you have all these great people talking sports, talking about the Ravens and football. So make sure to check all those out, especially check out, like I said, OTR Mike's channel, Open Mic. It's one of my favorites to listen to while I'm doing some work at work. Really, his voice is so smoothing and really puts you in a good place.
Wow, smoothing. So you just added 2 words together.
Yeah, smoothing. Not smoothie.
Smooth and smoothing.
Let me ask you on the show. Let me ask you something, Suge. Are you ready to announce to all of your listeners when you're going to be on Ring Kings podcast?
Soon.
Exclusive.
It's soon because I'll be having time very soon to sit down and actually watch the movies.
Soon.
But soon.
Yeah.
Yes. Soon.
You heard it here first.
Soon.
No
Very
news.
No,
No news at all.
I just gotta watch movies. I just haven't had time.
You
You
haven't had
watched
time to do anything,
Black Panther, though, didn't you? You put that review out right quick.
didn't you?
Because because I went and watched.
Yeah,
it
we
on
did.
Thursday night.
We actually do our review weeks before Black Panther came out. I'm just saying.
Mm.
I had to
Don't mean
support.
to feel bad or
I
anything.
had to support the cause.
Which one?
Oh, you haven't seen the movie yet? You'll get.
I don't know what that
you'll get
means.
you'll
I was
get
like the fireball. I don't understand.
What is that?
Yeah. Ryu,
You gotta
Ken,
watch the
who?
movie. You gotta watch the movie. You'll get it. Once you see the movie, you'll understand this.
Josh
We're
Allen?
gonna retroactively laugh, huh?
It's Goku.
Which movie are you talking about? You talking about The Fighter?
Starring Christian Bale, your favorite actor.
Favorite.
I'm surprised. I am shocked that you haven't been on that one yet.
That's news too. Rape. Rip.
What?
I say rape. Rest in peace, Kevin Conley, the voice of Batman. That sucked that we lost him to cancer.
66 years old.
Yeah, and he. I grew up watching the animated series. It's one of my favorite animated series of all time. Batman animated series. It was really, really sad to lose him. He did some live action stuff too, which was dope, and he will always be remembered. He did a lot of the video games, Arkham City, things like that. So shout out, and rest in peace, Kevin Conley. Other than Ring Kings, Lunch Break Hot Take, Ravens Online Ungatekeeper. Is there anything else we want to plug out there that we should be checking out? I know there's Buck does his thing on TikTok. Make sure to check him out.
The buck stops here.
The buck stops here. On Schmo Me the Money.
On Schmo Me the Money, there's no more Schmodown.
No.
I do know I will be announcing some stuff coming up soon on the channel that I'm working on, getting feedback from people, and that's gonna be happening sooner than later.
Okay.
So look out for that. I'll be definitely doing something as soon as possible. Hopefully, Garnett West will be back either next week or the week after. Like I say, he's doing some personal stuff, but shout out to Garnett West. Make sure to follow him, and make sure to check out Lunch Break Hot Takes Patreon. It's a great Patreon. The Discord's awesome. You get to hang out there with a lot of cool people, and get to talk sports, life, anything. There's people that we talk. We talk video games. We talk comic books. There was like an hour discussion about Dragon Ball Z. Brodny, you missed it.
Oh, I didn't miss it. I sat that one out.
Mr.
Emotional damage.
Very true. Very true. Mr. Hendo, what about your?
Oh yes, Mr. Hey, if you can, head over check out Mr. Galloway. He has a show coming out every Friday at noon, talking hip hop, old school, just a lifestyle. He may even be premiering some videos. If you get a chance, go on over there and see what he has going on.
Yes,
That's Mr. with 2 R's.
Mr. 2 R's. And actually, we got to get ready to start filming shortly.
Yep. So we gotta get out of here.
You look thrilled.
He's excited.
Mm-hmm.
Hendo's always excited to do streaming, just like you.
Exactly.
So make sure to check all that out. Make sure to follow me, Suge9323 on TikTok and Twitter, Suge91
I feel like you should, because it's different on the YouTube and the Twitch. I think you should just change it all to Sugarton.
Facts.
I second that. Third that.
No.
What did he say?
Just Sugarton for everything.
No.
I bet you it's available.
Nobody.
Nobody has it. So yeah, thank you for everybody hanging out. Appreciate all of you for coming and hanging out. I know we're gonna get back to talking more Steelers, more Ravens, as soon as Garnett gets his things together. But thank you, Brodny, Hendo, Jose. I know it was the last minute for you showing up. I appreciate you having to hang out with me and talking whatever we talk about. Eventually, this might just be a sports show. Eventually, not pigeonholed. Me and Hendo were talking about it backstage. It's so frustrating being pigeonholed into one thing. I like talking about so many things, but we'll see what happens. So thank you all for hanging out tonight. Have a great night. Be safe, and I will talk to you all later.
You just shook up the world. How's that feel?